Okay, guys. We're
Sorry
here.
about that.
Sorry about that. But my laptop decided to start going through an update as we were all in the back room, and it completely froze up. So we had to get the other laptop out and get it plugged in over here and get back up. And so we're a little late, but I see everyone is popping in. I see Lauren
Yes.
O'Reilly, Mona, Tony, Park Rat, Pat, Bill, Cynthia, Texas Plug Riches. Thanks for joining, guys, and thanks for being patient with us.
Shannon Dalton. Hello,
We usually
hello.
don't have a problem like that, but it's sitting over there in the floor, and it's at what, 30% complete.
Yeah, and of course it has to
Do that 4
5
minutes.
Well, was it 4 or 5 minutes
5 minutes
before
before we go live. So
Hey Richie,
yeah, hey Richie,
Mandy.
welcome.
Hope
guys.
we haven't missed
So,
anyone. If so,
we'll
sorry,
catch
and we'll catch you.
Yeah, Main
PA
Dirt
Really
Sweepers,
Cutters.
welcome.
Rachel is out with dinner, I think, with some friends,
Yeah,
but
she'll
she
be
will
here.
be here
Hey, Busy
shortly.
Digging.
Hey, Busy Digging.
But we do have our guests in the back room. I just need to get mail call out of the way real quick.
Hey, Internal Compass.
And my mail call comes from Paul over at American Woodland Relics, and we have went over to them when they were doing their giveaway, and we popped in there and actually won their giveaway. And so they sent us a card, and we won an awesome sticker pack, which has
Hey Willie,
American Woodland Relics, Mike over at MA Lyman. This one is East Coast Metal Detecting, Hot Dog Digs, MMD, Digging Canuck, but just an awesome sticker pack we got from him. We got a Mark the Berg Hunter pin, and he sent me a little concentrical coil keychain, which is pretty cool. Then I got a couple of Wheaties and a couple other pennies from him that he sent. We want to thank Paul for getting that to us and winning on that giveaway.
Hey Goat, headed to
other
the creek.
than that, I think that's about it, isn't it? I see DNL Treasures has popped in. Hey, and 10-man magnet fishing. Willie.
Yep, Willie.
He was in Brewer. I see Brewer Jeff has popped in. Welcome, and thanks for joining tonight, everyone.
We're kind of frizzle-frazzled right now.
Yeah, because the computer went up, had to start updating right when we're ready to go. And I've got to go over here and set up my
for the giveaway.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on.
Different computer.
Yeah, different, and I haven't. I know what I can do. I have to do this. You all just bear with us tonight. Usually Clarks are a little bit better prepared than this, but there it is. Boom. See, there it is.
I had faith in you.
Yeah.
This 30%, for those of you that were in the live stream last Saturday, this 30% had faith in this 70% over here.
Yeah. You'll be all right. Okay, we're going to start collecting comments on this giveaway.
Yep.
Let me get this.
Hey, Leanne.
And then we're going to get our guests up here. And
hey, Olin.
Yep.
And that hashtag is
going to be
DS.
DS for
Diggin' Sundays.
And speaking of Diggin' Sundays.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to bring our first. We'll start off with the very first of the lineup, which is Metal Mike and Persis.
Yes, everyone give them a warm welcome.
And then we're going to bring up Team Lynch and Paul with over at Hot Dog Digs.
And make that DS small.
Yeah, and we'll get rid of the DS for right now. And
welcome, guys. Glad to have you. Sorry about the little.
Yeah, sorry about the.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're up.
Yep.
I'm too busy typing away in the yeah, exactly.
But I was trying to explain to Metal Mike and Persis that when I get the new cover stickers, you all be covers and you'll be entered in giveaways without having to do anything.
Tracy.
So
yep.
it's just a cool thing to have.
Mhm. Mhm.
And of course, talking
Hey, yo, Danny
about
boy.
our lineup, folks, of course, everyone knows we have Metal Micro Purses,
Purses,
Team Lynch,
Lynch,
Clark's Cove, Hot Dog Digs.
Digs.
And starting this Sunday, we are going to
gonna
have Tracy with Texas Plug Riches starting with us. So
and she's going to be our guest
next
next
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes. Hey,
To
JP.
be welcoming
Next.
her
Yep.
lineup.
Absolutely. Hey,
Yes.
Looter 8. Grandma Kelly, welcome.
Mhm.
Yes, and if you all are just entering the chat, hashtag DS, get in on the first giveaway that we'll be doing about 8:45.
Yep.
And then Team Lynch is going to be doing a giveaway,
Yep.
and we'll do that one about 15 after 9.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I have that.
absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's on behalf of the whole diggenSundays team.
Yeah.
Hey, keep digging.
Hey, Grandma Kelly,
What time is Texas Plugs?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
88, yep.
Yep. 8 o'clock. Yep.
Yes, it'll be 7 o'clock Central Time, which is good because
Right.
she's out there in the middle of the country and
Yeah.
we're in the East Coast.
Hey, oh, Danny boy.
Yeah, I had
Ravioli man.
actually forgot about that. Texas Plug Riches, and I'm thinking, okay, yes, she'll be 7 o'clock, but it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock our time and 7 o'clock our time. So it's good.
Hour behind us.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I forget that sometimes. Yep. Hey, Shannon Dalton, welcome. Thanks for joining. I've got something now. I don't even. This is the bad thing about Robert is he can't remember channel names. But we were in a live stream, or it might have not have been a live stream. It might have been a premiere of someone's a few nights ago.
Yeah.
And
Lisa?
I figured maybe we'd talk about this a little bit tonight. But they asked a question, and no one answered it. And their question was, and I don't even remember who they were that asked it, but I just remember that they asked this question, and they
Ain't bad
wanted to
idea.
know when recreational metal detecting come into play.
Hey, Stu.
So me and Melissa did a little bit of research. Now, I don't even know if that channel is watching us tonight, but they might be, or they might go back and watch this. But what we found out was
Can you read my chicken scratch?
yeah, a little bit
Okay.
there. And it began in the 50s and 60s.
That makes
Now,
sense.
anyone else in the chat, if y'all have any add to this, please do. And actually, in the what we found out was in the mid 1800s, prospectors tried to make something to find metal underground. Apparently, that did not work. But then our president, James Garfield, was shot in the back, and Alexander Graham Bell
Mhm.
found something to find the bullet. However, it said
ATW.
that the metal springs in the bed was causing the machine not to act right,
Yeah.
so they could not find the bullet, and he died from an infection, and that was in 1881.
Mhm.
18 Dominic.
Then we seen that they used metal detectors during World War I and World War II. Then in 1925, Fisher was granted the patent on the first portable metal detectors. And then in the early 60s, Charles Garrett began metal detecting and perfected his own machine. And that was about the extent of what we had found out about that. And if anyone has anything else, I don't know,
To
to
add,
add to that.
please let us know.
Yeah.
Either in chat or on the panel. If you guys know anything more, little tidbits about the history of recreational metal detecting.
Yeah, we were on the weekend. We drove right by the site of where Garfield was housed in Long Branch, Steel, New Jersey area. His house was there. It's knocked down now.
Marlon.
There in the churches, and the church they all used to go to is right across the street. And so the site was right up the street from us. We're going to do a little video on it one day, just kind of show the area and show
Good
the site.
deal.
But that's where they did it at. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I did not know myself that Alexander Graham Bell had actually designed something to try to find. I knew none of that history at all. So,
Yeah.
So smart.
My dad, he was metal detecting. From my earliest memories, I remember him definitely metal detecting through the 70s. And I'm only going to assume that he was metal detecting probably in the late 60s. And then he he hung it up probably around oh gosh, the early 90s is one of the last times he had actually went metal detecting. So I mean, he was at it for quite a while, but I never thought anything really much about when metal detecting come into play and they started doing it recreationally. I mean, because when we got back into metal detecting, when we first started to come across the first metal detecting video back in late 2018.
Yes.
I had no clue, even though my dad had been a detectorist, I had no clue that the community and the hobby had grown into what it was. And then when we started watching videos, I'm like, my goodness, I mean, there's a million different channels.
Oh my God. It is amazing how
insane.
many metal detectorists or treasure hunting
Yes.
channels that are out there. I mean, it is amazing. And I
Because
think it's wonderful.
I've said a million times, he would have never dreamed that metal detecting
Yeah.
would have got as big as it is today. I mean,
Could you imagine having a big gathering where everyone, could you
you'd
imagine?
have to have a big field for that.
Lord have mercy.
It's called Woodstock.
Yeah.
Stop. Mona, did we say hello to you? I don't remember.
If we didn't,
Hey,
hello,
Mona.
and Dan Anderson, old
Yep.
Danny boy, just a dig.
Yeah, I called him Ravioli Man.
Ravioli. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm watching his food challenge videos, but some of them, he's a better man than me because I couldn't do it.
Oh, thanks.
I could have got through one can, and after that, I'd be
Yeah, the
That's
ravioli.
what you said.
geologist.
Yeah, I can do a can. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when he did the chicken nuggets, now I was thinking, now I could probably do that, but when he did the bread or the cheese sticks,
Mozzarella cheese sticks.
mozzarella
Oh my
cheese
gosh.
sticks, I was like,
Oh.
Oh,
you're killing me, Dan.
I'm sure it was killing him hours later, but that's all I'm going to say.
Digologist says hello.
Yeah, hey, digologist.
You know, that's something, guys, I'm going to say. Of course, chat knows this. We're not real great about typing and saying hello.
And knowing people's
So
names.
we depend on
We
Rachel
just,
to do that. She'll be in here
we call
after
you
all.
by
So
your-
you guys feel free to pop in there and just take it over. It's your all show this evening. You know, we really didn't have a lot planned on what we were going to do because we've already had you all as guests, asked all the regular questions. And for those that may be in chat that might not know a lot about you guys, I tell you what, we're going to just real quickly go with each one of you. You can tell about the areas you hunt, where you prefer to hunt, what you swing, how long you've been detecting, and in case there's someone, hey Dwayne, in case there's someone in chat that's not familiar with you guys. So we'll start out with Metal, Mike, and Persis.
So we've been detecting, since 2019. So it's been a little over 3 years. And typically we like to we find old farms and fields and stuff like that, as well as we try to find cellar holes. But unless you know where to look, it's kind of hard. So, a couple times we run into some hunters and they'll say, yeah, I was out such and such. And so then you got to go to tax maps and, try to find out who owns the property and stuff like that. Because, it's the proper thing to do. And, but mostly I'll go and door knocking, I'll compare houses on maps from current to, I think there's some overlays from 1950s that I can look at. And then the older maps go back to 1890 as well as 1858 and 59. So between those, it's nice to see, what houses are still around. And then, so we'll do a knock on those and do that. During the winter, we go to the ocean. The beaches aren't too far. It's about a little over an hour's drive. So, so that's what we do. We like to find old things, and if we can't find old things, we like to find jewelry.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you guys do. You all the finds that you all have in your all's videos are amazing. I mean, they really are. They're amazing. Some of the history that you all dig. It is great.
it surprises me too. I think both of us get surprised at some of these places that, we'll have some places that we don't really expect to find much, and all of a sudden it's just loaded, and then other places we're like, yes, I wanted this for, to go to this place for, a couple of years now, and we finally got permission, and you find nothing.
I know we did one of the home sites we're doing here. It was where we found, and I mean, it's such a little bitty spot, and
it's a tiny spot.
I'm like, man, this place ain't gonna have nothing in it. But that video's still yet to come, so that's next week. Is that next week's video?
Next week.
But yeah, you'll be surprised. Little areas can have plenty of finds and treasures.
Yeah. You never know what's in somebody's front yard. Sometimes I think the front yards tend to be some of the most, at least for us, some of the most amazing coins we've ever found were just right in someone's house 20 feet away from their front door,
Mandy wants to say, Mike and Persis, can I say you two have great voices for video? I love your voice. I know weird, but
my voice, but
I know.
that's me. I feel I have the worst voice for video and talking. I mean, I'll get words so twisted around, and I stumble for words, and then I have to look at her to finish my sentence.
Sometimes I'll look at it, sometimes I won't. I'll put my blinders on.
I enjoy listening to you guys talk. I think it's fun. I do.
I unfortunately have the main word in my vocabulary is crap. And he keeps trying to stop me from saying crap all the time in the videos. And unfortunately, it's kind of my favorite word. So,
it's just something about that word that I just don't like. I don't know.
And it's my substitute for all the other words I could say, but I'm a teacher. So
Exactly. We can get away with that one.
yeah.
So, Hot Dog Dicks, tell us a little bit about what you got going on and your channel, in case there's someone out there not familiar with you.
Well, back in I started so back in 2009, I went gold panning with a guy. I've never gold panned before, and this was out in British Columbia, Canada, and he took me. We went for about a bit of a hike. Where we had to gold pan, and he was telling me that he metal detects, and I was like, "What's that?" And it sounded so strange, and so I think a week later he took me metal detecting. I borrowed a metal detector, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure out what is this, like trying to figure out what I'm doing, and all that. Well, I think it took obviously a couple months after that, and I got hooked, and I really started back in 2012. That's when I really got hooked with it, and that was my main hobby. So when that was out west, and so then I was detecting mostly school fields and parks, and then it was only in the last 3 years I got into water detecting, freshwater lakes. And I use the same machine as I use on land in the water, the XPDS. And then in last year, in the spring of March, my wife and I moved from BC to Ontario just to be closer to family and stuff. So so now I'm where I am. I'm very close to War of 1812 stuff. I'm in all in that area. So the farm fields where I am, it's amazing the stuff that's coming up, because it's all virgin ground. It's never been metal detected. So, and the farm fields around here are mostly orchards. They're either grapes or peaches. So and it's not like when you drive by a house and you see the farm field or the orchard behind that house, that owner of the house doesn't own the farm. It's someone else leasing it. So it's by chance that if you're driving by and you see the farm worker, it's good to stop, get out and talk to the farmer, then and ask for permission, because that's how I had to do it last year. And they have no problem at all. And Yeah, it's just amazing some of the history around here. It's just crazy because even where I am, apparently there was lots of battles along with the War of 1812.
Hey, Deej, welcome. Thanks for joining.
So
Hey, Deej.
So some of the stuff I really enjoy finding, I like finding old coins and relics and stuff. And out west, it's interesting when I tell people, it's so different. Like the history here. So compared to the history out west, you have the gold rush out west, but you have more of the older history here. And when I was out west, you would find a lot more jewelry. As versus here, you find more relics. Because out west, I was finding, you find the silver and gold jewelry, the rings in the water, on the beaches. But here, it's the opposite. It's the opposite way. More relics and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I know Digologist is wanting to know how you come up with the name Hot Dog.
Oh boy. Well, because of my last name, because of my last name, growing up as a kid, people would pronounce it as Schneider's Wieners, but I'm not a Schneider. It's a different way of saying my last name. So then it's always been the hot dog, right? So I've had that name with me all my life. So I just because before I was called Hot Dog 70, and then I changed it when I was out west to Detecting Okanagan because I lived in the Okanagan. And
I remember
Yeah.
Detecting.
yeah. Well, Detecting Okanagan wouldn't work here in Ontario, so then I went back to my original Hot Dog, and so I actually wanted just Hot Dog, but that was already taken, so I had to come up with a different name. So I thought Hot Dog Diggs, and
It's cool.
Do you watch Our Dog?
What's that?
Do you watch Our Dog?
Our Dog, the detector.
Our Dog Treasure Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I know who he is. But no, I don't.
You might
Just
know
curious.
him. Yeah.
I've met him, but
I don't see a lot of Canadian detector channels, or maybe I just don't know that they're Canadian. I don't know. Are there a lot?
there are a few. There's a few in Ontario, and then there's one or two in Quebec, but out west there's very few out there too.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of open space there that maybe doesn't have. I don't know. Maybe it has a lot of history stuff in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's cool being in New Hampshire. We do find the Bank of Upper Canada tokens and the Lower Canada tokens. We found a old early 1800s Nova Scotia coin. So yeah, I mean we're not that far. I mean 2.5 hours north we hit Canada. So yeah, definitely some interaction between the countries.
Like I'm 15 minutes from Niagara Falls. That's how close I am to the falls. So, yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you getting the massive snowfall that area's been getting, or no?
Well, Buffalo and Niagara Falls gets hit hard, and then we'll get half or a quarter of the snow. Like
10 feet.
No, we're not the Great White North. But
Buffalo's gotten about 10 feet, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they got dumped. Yeah. We even the other night it snowed. We got a dump, and we today we were driving in Niagara Falls, and they got way more snow than we did. We got like 3 or 4 inches, and they got half a foot. So yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how localized that snow area, the lake effect snow area is.
They don't go out when it's 40 degrees.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
What's kidding?
Anders do when it's negative 40 degrees.
He's probably more south than we are, actually. You're probably a little bit more south than we are if you're right by Niagara Falls. Then
Okay, Team Lynch.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
Tell us
Hi, I'm Ken.
Hey, Phil McCurry.
I'm Tim.
Oh, gosh.
I started detecting, I don't know, about 2000, well, actually earlier, but 2012 is when I really kind of started picking it up again. I'd done some years ago when I used to scuba dive, and I had done some earlier with another detective for a little while, for like a year or something back in the past. But we scuba dived a lot in the past.
Oh, wow.
Before kids.
Before
and-
kids, so we used to go out on the shipwrecks, and we pull stuff off the shipwrecks and take them home and throw them in the back of the toilet and let them get rinsed out, and try to every time it flushes, it cleans out the water. So it helps,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
yeah, like a natural ugly box. Yep. But we used to look for relics and go on the shipwrecks and stuff back in the day. And I did some metal detecting underwater back then. But lately I got started, and then Kathy, I started getting a little heavier into it, and then Kathy also picked it up, and we've been hunting the beaches ever since. I mean, we'll go in and hunt land occasionally, and we enjoy that. We enjoy going to hunts.
Yep.
But that was where we came from originally. Originally, we both did search and rescue scuba diving.
Yes.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Neat.
Ever find a coin out in the shipwreck areas?
Oh, there you go. What was the best find
Oh,
from the
there you
shipwreck there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we find stuff coming off of shipwrecks and stuff. I mean, I've pulled up old irons and things like that, but we have friends pull cannonballs up.
I was wondering,
Occasionally you find coins and stuff. There might be shipwreck coins. You'll find a lot on the beaches. You'll find a lot of shipwreck copper and bronze spikes. And we pull things. We go down sometimes, like pull a wooden rudder off a wreck or something. So nothing great like gold stuff. Because what happens? All this stuff when you go down there, all the wrecks are congealed. So it's like you have to go in there and chip it and break it apart to get into it.
And there must be rules and regulations, I'm sure, about some of them being like historic sites, I would guess. Or...
Yeah.
Depends on where
It
you
all
are.
depends where you're at. Yes.
Yeah.
Mona wants to know if any of us started detecting before pinpointers.
Not me.
Not us.
Not us.
He was out there when we started.
Hey,
Get 'em
Mr.
back.
Charlie.
Did you?
Yeah.
There were some very beginners on Hampton Beach last weekend when we were there, and they had one detector, and she was swinging the detector, and he was digging with a small shovel, and you could see them just taking forever to try to find whatever that signal was in the hole. And I could tell they didn't have a pinpointer, and they were just really struggling to find anything, and I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. I mean, Aqua Trigger doesn't use one. I don't know if everybody watch Aqua Trigger, but he's been doing the detecting videos for a long time, and
he just picks up his hand,
and he just sweeps it over his coil. I mean, how do you do that?
Especially when you forget to take your rings off first, and then
Yeah.
Back in the day, they had the concentric coils,
Right.
the round coils.
Mhm.
So it was much easier to pinpoint back in those days.
I see Tony said he did. He started back in 1985 and no pinpointers then.
Yeah, I back when I first started, I didn't have pinpointers.
No, you
Wow.
didn't.
Yeah, it's a game changer for everyone, Mona. I remember when I used to metal detect and Melissa would dig, and we would
Before a pinpointer.
spend several minutes trying to find our targets. But my dad did. He was good at it. I mean, I sit and watch him pop coins with a screwdriver.
You're right, Cynthia.
So, I mean, he was pretty good at it without a pinpointer. But I was going to ask Tim, what kind of machine was you using underwater at the time you all were doing all of that?
I'm trying to think. Maybe there might have been like Fishers. There was small handheld units that we used to use. You'd have them underwater, and they were almost like a flat saucer with like a little control coming off the back of them. That's what we used to back in the day. Yeah, I didn't own these back in the day, but we used to take them out. We go on with them occasionally. I think we might have actually had a part of our dive team. We actually had them, and so we would take them out. And I'm trying to remember if they were Fishers or I can't remember. But
When you were in the sheriff's department.
Yeah, back in sheriff's department days and back in
85, 86,
Berkeley
87.
Township. When we used to do Berkeley Search and Rescue also.
Yeah.
That's when we used to take them out and go out with them. But they were small units. You had a big coil, and then like a small handle came off, and it'd, be a little heavy unit, like an old battery pack underneath it, and they did buzz and stuff. There was nothing like nowadays, And then
Probably pretty expensive back then too.
Yeah, I think they were expensive. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the team had bought them,
Mm.
back in the day, and they, probably spent thousands back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I see people do that. Just grab a big handful and wave it in front of their coil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've watched several channels do
that's,
that.
that's what we did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the little coil now on the Legend, on my new Legend. It's like about 6 inches.
Yeah, she's got a hockey puck. She
Hockey
likes that.
puck. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And those little coils are the best. If you're in a trashy area, I mean, they will pick out targets so much.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So now they got the just looking. They got the LG24 coming out. That's a small coil that we're gonna go buy that one. That's one of the new coils for the Legend,
It's like
and try that one with her.
6x9.
Yeah, that's a 6x9, 9.5 by 6, and then they have a new 12x9 that came out. So that's the LG30.
Now I'm going to ask you. You're all using the new Legend. I'm seeing. I might be seeing old stuff that they've got. Like, is it a new upgrade on them right now, or something you can do?
Yeah, 1.10 just came out. I haven't done that yet.
No, we haven't.
But right now, that's a beta version. So they're putting it out there. They're expecting to have some issues with it, but they want to hear back from everybody, and then they'll make the final changes and do the final version of it. Whenever they do an update, they're trying to fix this. Usually it affects that. So it's a matter of finding out how bad it's affecting things.
Hey, Dennis. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight here at the Cove.
Yeah.
And if you all are just stopping in, #DS and get in on the first giveaway, which is going to be happening here in about 10 minutes.
Yep. And what are you giving away again?
Oh,
For those that may not have been
here. We're going to give away, let's see, a 1903 Indian head penny. There's a
1933
coin.
Dennis
There's
is
a couple of Wheaties. They're going to get a couple of marbles. Clark's Cove wristband and an awesome sticker pack. And then after we do that, we're going to set up because Team Lynch is going to be doing an awesome giveaway after that one. So everyone's going to want to stick around for that.
Yep. And guys, I have got something I am going to say about finding marbles. Now, this is in an upcoming video and in a past video, and Robert's looking
Are
at
you
me.
going to give away our videos again?
I have got to because it's just so incredible. But hey, Rock Butcher.
Am I going to have to enforce the percentage here tonight?
Yeah, here we go. 1940.
I guess you are. Anyway, last winter when we were doing home sites a year ago, about right now, a year ago, we were digging. Robert was digging.
I was digging.
Yeah, I had to rephrase that. Robert was digging, and he found some marbles, pieces of marbles. Okay, keep that in mind. A half of a marble.
Yeah.
And then a year later, which was just this past Sunday, we were out digging. And before we started digging, I was just kind of, checking out things to see if maybe where it had rained, some things maybe had washed out and you could see them with the sunshine shining on them. And I looked down and I said, oh, look, there's a marble. So when I picked it up, it was a half a marble. And then when we got home, we matched the two together.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, she found a broken half to the one I found a
Uh-huh.
year ago. Almost, probably. We haven't checked. Well, it is right at a year. I mean, that was cool.
You are absolutely correct there, Kathy, with Team Lynch. I think Melissa has always had her marbles. Hey, Guido.
Hey, Scott.
Hey,
Guido.
Scott. Welcome.
I think there was a couple.
But
other
that was
people
just a
popped
little
in there
tasty thing. I just wanted to
might
share
have
with
missed.
everyone.
Bad
Yes,
idea.
that is going to be coming out in an upcoming video, but it's going to be a few weeks yet.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be a few weeks yet.
Yeah.
But that's just one of the things about getting out and digging in the ground, you never know what you're going
Well,
to
you
find.
know, that was like the cufflink I found with the owl on it.
70% just interrupted 30%
Yeah, that's
here.
right. I'm allowed to. But that's like the cufflink with the owl and the diploma. And I found one last year and then come back basically 11 months later and find the other one. I mean,
and the cufflinks that he found the set of and where we found the 2 halves of marbles were
in
on the same home
in
site.
that same home site,
Mhm.
man. At
Yeah.
home site, I'm going to be sad when because we have metal detected and dump digged in there, and the finds still just keep coming. But they're going to eventually, run out. I'm going to be sad because that has been such an awesome home site. And
You can always go back to it and really depend on finding something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now we're having to dig a little deeper, though.
Hey, NorCal.
Having to move a little bit more rocks because where their dump site
It's a
is,
good idea, Black
they had
Diamond.
went in and covered it all completely with rock. And I mean, they're rocks. They're just not little stone and gravel. So right now, what we're digging in is, you're moving it. You're not digging in it. You're having to move the rocks out of the way and hope to find something under there that's not broke. And I did find the inkwell, my first inkwell.
Oh, my goodness.
Since we're giving videos away.
Are you giving things away?
I did find my first inkwell, and it does not have.
You don't have to watch them.
We're gonna watch them.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch them.
Joking.
Absolutely.
Well, the thing about it is, Robert was digging to the left of me, and I could tell he wasn't really finding anything. And here I was saying, "Oh, look what I found! Look what I found!" And I said, "Come over here and join me."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he just took over. I just had to stand back and watch, and here he started digging.
Well, you couldn't move them rocks. I mean, you couldn't. They were that. Yeah.
I couldn't move them rocks. See? Here we go. I might as well go get the rolling pin.
So yes, I can push you out of your spot that you were digging in.
Yeah. But if it hadn't been for me,
But what
you
did you say? But
bottle.
what did you say though? You said, "Come over here and take over because I'm tired."
Because I was finding so much stuff.
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
It's just sharing the love.
Sit here and listen to us bicker.
I think we need to kind of give everyone just a quick reminder of what they have to do to get in on this giveaway.
It's not hard. They just need to hashtag DS and get ready for it. In about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes, we're going to do the giveaway. Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
But we're looking forward to getting back out tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be hitting the next group of home sites on the map and hope that those dots are accurate. They have been so far, what would you say, 92% accurate?
I was going to say 95.
One map, and we want to thank Peter from over Detective Smile because he is the one that has sent us those links to these maps.
Yeah.
The one map he showed us is a great map. It has a lot of the home sites, but then he gave us another map that's got even more home site dots on it. But where some of them are at, we're having trouble tracking down. Stumped exactly where their locations are at. We're using Google Earth to help us out with it a little bit, but even at that, I'm like, there's no road there.
Well, this is an area,
no road
as
there.
we have said in our videos, that we've been side by siding for 25 plus years now
in this area.
And so we're thinking now that we're looking at this map and seeing possible home sites where dots are, we're like, where in the world would they be? Because we don't know of a road leading to those areas.
And so, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's always interesting. And I know, well, before I get started on this subject, but remind me, guys, when we get done with the giveaway to get in on this subject. But when we were talking to Metal Mike and Persis a while ago, they were talking about when they scout out home sites, they look for the cellar holes and this, that, and the other. That's something I wanted to touch on as well. What does Tim and Kathy look for on the beach to see if it's a good spot to detect Paul, what does he look for? So we will touch on that subject once we get the giveaway out of the way.
Sure.
I was going to touch on something else, but we'll go with yours. So, that works.
Well, we can do both. Let's do both.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's getting the eyes now.
I'm going to start rubbing already.
I would
'cause
do.
I know
Whenever I
that
was
look.
in Sunday school, of course, the kids were 12
when
and
you
under
used to.
when I used to. And I would sit there and read. And of course, if they would start talking, I would put those
Yes.
glasses down at the end of my nose and look over 'em. And of course, one of the little guys, he'd put his little book up and he would talk to his neighbor, and he'd chuckle at me because I guess I look like a grandma to him, sliding those glasses down.
Yeah,
So I have to do that to Robert from time to time.
it don't work.
You got that right, Deej. Robert is itching to get clobbered by Melissa.
Versus how many times a day do we do that in school? Called the teacher eye.
Yeah.
The evil
I
eye.
don't even know the glasses. It's just kind of a look. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It doesn't really work with 16-year-olds, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
No. Generally, it's just a really? Just put your phone away.
Yeah.
Put your phone away.
Yeah.
Put your phone away.
Hey, Donna Mitchell, welcome.
Teaching was, I feel like, much easier before cell phones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I work with 12, 13, and 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Detecting is fun with cell phones, though, because you can look stuff up out in a field, which is kind of cool. So there is an advantage to them.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Which mine are they're just readers. And I've not had to use glasses until the past,
Oh,
I'm 53.
I've been
so,
using them now for the past 3 years.
Yeah, I'm going
really.
to say since I
But I don't
turned
need 'em.
50.
I don't need them
Yeah.
all the time. Sometimes it just depends.
I just had my eye exam last week, and my pair are coming in.
Mine are for distance. So I
Mm.
can't drive without them.
I'm the same. I need mine for driving, and mine's for distance too. So, yep.
Yep.
Well, what time is it?
It's time for the giveaway.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. We have
We have
got
Alex.
Wait, it's giveaway time.
how many entries in on it?
We've got
39
39
entries, and we've
47
got
in
47. So we'll give everyone just a couple of seconds. If
I
they
didn't know
hashtag DS, get in on the first one and
Having me drop.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm blind in both directions.
I was wondering about that, Deej, but I didn't dwell on it long because that would have been really time consuming, wouldn't
Yeah.
it have been?
Yeah. But you did an awesome job.
Yes,
on
you
that
did an
video,
awesome job.
Deej.
Absolutely.
I think everyone really enjoyed that.
Yep.
I know we did. It was.
Yep.
In fact, there were some channels on there that we wasn't familiar with.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Yep.
that's always helps. But, let's go over here and get ready and do a countdown.
Yep. Hashtag DS.
Yes, and we got 40 entries in there. That's great, guys. And we'll do 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3.
2, 1.
Good
All
luck.
right, you're supposed to say what?
I'm
3,
saying
2,
good
1.
luck,
Good luck,
everybody.
everyone.
Let's see.
Who
And
is
of course, if
going
you've
to
recently
get
won, we
this
will
to-
redraw again.
Well, it might.
Scott McClory.
Is
Congratulations.
he won anything?
I don't
from
think
us? I
Scott
don't
has
think
ever won
Scott has
anything
won
from us.
anything
Are you
from us
still in
before.
here, Scott?
Let him, hey, finding goodies too. Give him a minute to see if he's in here.
Yep.
Awesomeness.
All right.
Awesomeness. I know he was in here.
He was in here
I've
just
seen him.
moments ago.
And we'll probably have to, if he hasn't won, we'll have to have his address.
He has not won.
Now, is he?
Nope.
I'm going to ask Cover.
he is not.
Nothing. So if and he's
Scott McClory, are you still,
here,
in
he
here?
might have walked walked away from the computer for a
Yep,
minute.
he is. Yes, he
Okay.
is.
All right,
Hooray.
Scott.
Okay, now Scott, type in there if you want your prospect for life or your pledge for life sticker too for this. And we'll need your address at clarkscovedetecting@gmail.com. It's ticker taping across the bottom. If you can read it, I don't know how well everyone.
It's
can
going
see.
across my neck.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Scott. Yes, wonderful. Just let us know
Here, there is.
prospect or
Prospect or
pledge.
pledge.
Yes.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and remove this. There we go. And then we'll get ready and set up for the
We
second
finding
giveaway.
goodies too.
Yes, thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Hey, talking about digging treasure, I have to say, I am getting hooked on digging in the dump sites.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very addicting.
and we've been
I mean, metal
watching.
detecting.
Oh,
Guess who's joined us?
Okay. We have got our
We
hostess
have
with the
got
mostest.
Jersey.
There she is.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, but every old person on the planet or stoner was in front of me. So
It's okay.
We have been watching Tracy and Jose a lot here lately, and
Yeah.
we are kind of hooked on their videos because, man, they've been finding some cool stuff.
They've really been finding
And
goodies.
It's been really giving us the itch to be wanting to find more bottle sites,
Which we have nothing, an
compared
area to dig
like what
compared to
they're
what
doing,
they
but
dig. I
yeah,
mean, it
but-
is looks like it's non-ending.
Yeah, but yeah. And if you all haven't checked out Finding Goodies too, go over and check them out, and I'm sure you're going to
let me
enjoy
just
it.
say hi to everybody in the chat real quick because they're all saying hi to me.
So
Yep.
what did we have good for dinner, Rachel?
Shrimp and drunken noodles or something, some kind of Thai dish.
Nice.
That
Some
sounds
dump-
good. Thanks,
some
Easter.
pot stickers.
Yes, everyone is saying hello to Rachel. So let's give Rachel a moment to.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go over and set up for the next
Okay. Good idea. Giveaway.
giveaway.
And this will be Team Lynch's. They've
Yes.
got a little something they're going to give away.
Yeah, and what do we want to hashtag on this? Oh, okay, we'll just do an easy. Let's just do TLMD,
There you go.
Team Lynch Metal Detecting. That's pretty
Okay.
easy.
Hey, Rachel.
That work.
Hey, Paul.
Okay, and
I got your letter. I didn't open it yet.
Oh, okay.
let's see.
I'll say hi
Yep.
to everybody.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just start hashtagging TLMD, and we'll make you all big, and let you
Show everyone
show
what you're
everything
going
what
to
you're going to get.
give away.
It's so funny.
What you got?
Well, the first thing, give away the big find
Yeah,
out of
there
the
you
way.
go.
There you go. That's
Isn't
a
that nice?
Civil War camp digs that was found. There's like a J hook in there, mini ball, percussion cap, knapsack pieces, all types of neat stuff in that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Pennsylvania.
And we're giving away a. Try it again.
The green dot.
Yeah, I see it there. Yeah. I gotta see if I have my hand first. Elizabeth Silver from 1964, Canadian.
Go Canada.
Yep, go
Yeah.
Canada.
Okay.
And then I got a 64 Washington Silver.
I love those coins.
Yeah.
I think they're
Nice.
so beautiful to find.
When they come out of the ground, they are. I mean, it's just they are.
They are beautiful. Absolutely.
So yes, that is their
Giveaway.
Giveaway.
Hey, Jody Greenwood. Welcome.
And we will do that about 15-20 after 9.
Yep.
And
Hey, Jody Goodwin.
so if you're just popping in, okay. There we go. Looks like we already got like 33 entries in it on
Good
already.
deal.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much.
Good deal.
All
And
33 entries are me.
Yeah.
All Rachel's gonna do is ask.
Yeah, right. Rachel, all you got to do is ask. That's all. We'll bring them to you on a Monday.
Hey, AP.
A nailed it detecting.
I nailed it.
AAP.
Welcome.
Speaking of Mondays, are you off this Monday?
We are going to Atlantic City.
Ooh.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Soon
Find
enough.
some gold rings.
Yeah, we hope so. We haven't been on the goal lately, so
No.
I've never been on the gold.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Me either. Never.
So, Kathy and Tim, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I've seen that you've done some of those, group dig things on
Yes.
the beach there in Jersey, and everybody's kind of all on one spot of beach.
Yep.
Is that actually fun? I mean, is it okay? It seems like you have a small space to work in, and
it's not for everybody,
Right.
like a lot of those things. But what we do is they go out and they plant silver coins and stuff, which by the way, somebody just found one on the beach that was left over.
oh,
But yeah, you get together, you spend a good time with people. Our clubs hunt last year, they had Rachel was there,
Yep.
Quarter Hoarder was there,
Yeah.
whole bunch of other good detectors.
Yeah.
Yes, the star was there. And then the little channels like Team Lynch, Quarter Order, 508 Magnets, Lost Boys
exactly
Recovery. The little
Yeah.
channels. The big
First-
channel was there.
so do y'all just like visit while you're detecting and stuff? Since you're all, is it just kind of just a cool social gathering more so than anything else? Is that?
Yeah, you're fundraising for the club, you're fundraising for charities, all depends on what you're doing. Food served. But then, like if you're like Josh from 508 Magnets, you go out and you go out at lunchtime and hit the little beach that's right next to it, and you find a several $1,000 brooch. So
Oh, okay.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He only did the one hunt, came back, and he went out. He was going to go magnet fishing, but he came back and stuck by and hit that found out there. So
That's awesome. Wow.
it was nice to get to meet all these people and stuff like that. You get to see a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And you have a good time.
Yeah.
But you can also do natural hunts, and we found rings in the past doing it. Going off when the hunt season is going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then we've done come out swinging,
Yep.
where they've been, for kids and stuff like that, and ECRDA's hunt,
Which is also at the beach.
But we go to the farms. It's kind of nice. You go out there. You never know what you're going to find on a farm. You might find nothing. You might find something good.
I
No,
never
we-
find nothing.
So
I've been finding horse tack when we've gone out to the.
I
farm.
don't find anything because I'm too busy doing that.
That's it,
yeah.
But that's it. We want to meet people.
Welcome.
That's why I go.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you could do good. Like you can find tokens, and you can get metal detectors and stuff. And
Mhm.
I mean, almost every year we break even or do better.
Really?
Occasionally we won't, but
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not okay. That makes sense because it just you look at it and you don't really know
I'm like,
what's
yeah,
happening.
I can swing that thing in 20 minutes.
The
And
way-
that's
Yeah,
the
you
whole
know.
thing. So, like our one dive master, our one,
scuba diving.
yeah, sorry, our one
Master.
hunt master. He says, in the first 20 minutes, all the targets are gone, scoffed up.
They're never all-
They're not. No,
Oh,
because like we said, this past weekend or this past week,
Yep.
we went to our one
site.
dig site, hunt site, and I'm just swinging along, and my first target was a silver that was left behind.
Funny.
Even though there was hundreds of people going back and forth,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always a few left over, but
only there
maybe
for a half hour.
Yeah, exactly.
good majority of them gone in 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, the majority
Right.
are gone in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Robert and Melissa, before I forget, we had a giveaway a week and a half ago with Nathaniel Outdoor Adventures. The third prize was not claimed, so I'd be willing to offer that up tonight. It's just a 1968 40% silver Kennedy.
Nice.
All right. So you want to just add that in with Team Lynch's, and we'll
That
do
would
it.
be great. And
Okay.
Okay.
you put it by the drawing, then Tim or Kathy can email me. Maybe the winner can contact them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they can
Thank you
email
guys
me.
so much. We
Thank
appreciate that.
Yeah, sure.
And Richie, Madison, Maine, I don't know if we said hello to you. The chat's been going
Yes,
so
so
quickly.
fast. I'm
hello,
trying to keep
Richie.
up and
I hope
listen.
you are here to be entertained this evening.
Oh,
Yes.
Richie's
I
here.
am
Hi,
very
Richie.
Yep,
amazed
she's there. Yeah.
for joining us this evening.
Absolutely.
And AAP, Luke and Rebecca, always fun to come over. I know we don't get to get over there to their channel
Not
much
as often as
we'd
we'd
to,
like.
but they're a great channel and
Yes.
great couple.
Yep.
We had them on as guests, and we
Yep.
enjoyed that. That was
They do magnet fishing.
They
They
do
do metal
detecting.
detecting. She does cooking.
cooking.
So,
and they're
I
just
mean,
great for helping
well-rounded
support
family
channels
people.
and
Yes.
giving shout outs, and they're
Yes.
just a great couple.
Don't forget,
Everyone
Bam!
here is top
Yes.
notch, in my book. Absolutely. Those
Robert, you gotta do
in-fat
bam.
panel. What'd you say, Rachel?
I said Robert has to go bam.
Gotta come up with a different catchphrase or you'll wind up getting sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
I told that to a student the other day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a little story I'd like to share with you guys if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
So this happened a few years, probably about three years ago. This happened out west in British Columbia, and I was water hunting the shoreline of one of the beaches, and I got this. I kept getting two of these really good signals, and I'd go and scoop it, and look in the scoop, and then it would fall through the scoop. So it was getting frustrating. So I had to carefully scoop it, put it on the shore, and without a pinpointer, grab a handful of whatever it was and wave it in front of the coil. And it was two small, it looked like two small gray stones. And what it turned out to be they were gold caps from someone's cremation, right? And because I didn't find that out until I brought it to my dentist, and he was saying, yeah, because you need a hotter temperature to burn gold than the human body, and they were left. And so I brought them into where I sell my gold, and one was 14 karat, and one was 19 karat, and I made $100.
Wow.
So they
Awesome.
must have thrown the ashes out into the ocean, I'm guessing.
Pardon me? No, it was in a lake, like a freshwater lake.
We find them every summer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And usually it's a higher K, which is nice. So, but
yeah. And
You also-
and the guy we sell our jewelry to, he's every time we go in, did you find any dental gold? Did you find any dental gold?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I kept my first piece because that, it's my first piece.
Right.
But after that, it's another story.
You find crematory tags, you'll find urns, you find all types of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. My mother had gold in her teeth and she was cremated, and I often wondered if somebody took the gold or if it actually got buried with her.
Yeah,
I mean,
they put it. They just leave them in there, and when they dump it, they dump the gold teeth too.
I would hope so.
Occasionally, you'll find one or two that look like they've been knocked out. Like somebody, But most of them are all they're brown. They're actually very tan in color.
When my grandmother passed away, my father collected them, and then he had them made into something for my mother for their 50th wedding anniversary. So,
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
That is.
That is kind of creepy, but gold is gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea.
But yeah. All right.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Well,
I
show
think,
me the
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to me.
yeah, that's nice, Dan. Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a ring on that Mike found in Coinstar.
No, not a
was
coin
it,
stock.
was it the bank?
So, yeah, can you see it?
Here. This 10 karat
That's
gold.
Pretty.
Oh,
Cubic
wow.
coin. Yeah, so I do coin roll hunting every week too, and one of my favorite things to do is when I go back to the bank with the coins, I always do 1,000 Kennedys, so they always have to empty the bag out. So I get to look inside. One of my favorite things to do is to look inside the reject tray inside the machine, because I've found silver rings there, earrings and stuff like that, and
Wow.
this gold ring was in there one day.
He's
See you, Mr. Charlie.
he's got an amazing relationship with the bank people.
Yeah, I would make friends with your tellers. Let them know that you're into coins.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was just in there the other day, and like some lady came in with these, just cashed them in. There was an American Flying Eagle bullion coin, silver,
Wow.
1 ounce.
Wow.
But I only had to pay $1 for. There was a couple Franklins, $50, even some steel pennies. So, for $11, I got probably about $60-$70 worth of silver.
Wow.
Sweet. Wow, that is great.
Okay, now I've got this. I'm going to bring this up because I'm stumped on this. We were watching a movie today.
Yes, I'm glad you thought of
and
that.
the movie is called Lincoln.
Mhm.
I don't know if any of you all ever seen that movie.
Mhm.
And in that movie, there's one scene where he's in a room with some guys, and they tell him that they're not
Right.
supposed to be seeing him, and that they were told that they were not even supposed to spend Lincoln Head 50-cent pieces. And
Never.
I'm like,
There you go.
all right. So I get my book out and I'm looking this up, and I'm like, my coin book has no Lincoln cent 50-cent pieces. So I Google it, and there is no, or was, a 50-cent piece with Abraham Lincoln's head on it. So I'm
Hey, that's a
thinking,
pure mining. Welcome.
why would they put that in that movie? Because that is not true. That's a false fact, that his face has only been on the penny. But that was interesting because it sparked, which,
It made us research.
Hollywood is known for, flubbing
Yeah.
history. They don't put everything accurate like it should.
Mhm.
They
But
also
yeah,
had
they were saying, we're not even supposed to spend
Right,
50
so-
with your
Yeah.
mug
Yeah.
on it, basically. And
stupid writer. There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to say so. Yeah,
Research. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Anytime it's seated.
Glad you didn't call it pennies.
Now that we have done the giveaway, I'm going to get
No,
back to my.
we haven't. We got
Yeah,
another
we
giveaway.
did the first.
Well, we got the
Yeah.
first giveaway out of the way.
Now I'm
Oh,
getting
wow.
back to my question I was going to ask.
Well,
Do
what?
you remember?
Oh, I interrupted you.
remember.
Well, you go ahead, 30,
I
and
remember.
ask away.
You go ahead, 30. I tell you what, I'm just going to hand the 30% over to you, and
Well,
I'm
no,
just going to get
because
up
I
and
don't know
walk
what-
away.
I don't know what question you were going to ask. So
Yeah, dipping and don't.
I remember.
ask
Goodness
away.
sakes. But when Metal Mike and Persis were introducing themselves and talking about cellar holes, that just reminded me, and I know this is probably a topic we've all touched on in other live streams and in this one, but what is one of the things that you look for, guys, when you go to find a home site? What tells you, hey, there's been a home site here?
Maps.
Well,
Yeah.
in looking at it, though, where on it is the home site? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, looking at the surroundings,
Terrain.
the terrain,
If I
and
could
the
suggest.
landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at LiDAR also. I don't know if anybody looks at LiDAR.
Yep.
And you're talking about roads. You could actually look and see old roads that are no longer there with the LiDAR. If you guys learn how to use LiDAR, U.S. Geological Survey has it, and you can look down. You can actually see the outlines of the old road paths.
Yep.
In our area, sometimes you get lucky. You can see old cedar trees used to line the roads.
Yes.
A lot of times when you see old cedar trees, you might not be a road there anymore, but you'll still see the old cedars, and that was where the road was.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yeah.
Up here, it's Maple Creek that they lined all the roads with.
Yeah, it's funny. I can go on Google Maps now, and even just on this area we are, because the road that we live off of goes back to the 1600s, and you can actually see the original 100-acre plots of land that were, part of like a King's Highway, yeah. But typically, my favorite is access to the maps from 1859. You can just US.gov has these maps. You just go on US.gov, us.gov.
Yeah.
Uh,
Depressions in the ground, lack of trees. Yep.
and
Yeah.
from there, I just look
Yep.
at all the plots of land, and they show the people who owned them back then, and I'll compare the roads to the current roads and try to get an idea of exactly where they are, and then from that point, I like historic aerials. I don't know if you guys see that website, but you can get pictures from like 1950s for us here in New Hampshire. So a lot of those will have a lot of the fields that existed back in the 1800s are still probably around in the 1950s, at least not fully grown over. So you can get an idea of, that way too. So I kind of use a series of steps to do it, but they're all usually the maps. And then like Tim said, yeah, you can check out the LiDAR website. I don't remember the name, but all the solo houses we've gone to, I could see them on the LiDAR. And they show the stone out that it's all about stone walls, and so this thing outlines all the stone walls it can find, and among them you look for these little tiny black squares.
Hey, Flash.
Flowers.
Yeah, somebody else said
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I also use I use a map from a university that they have their own map system, Brock University here in Ontario. And on one of those maps, I'm looking at old home sites before the orchards, and it's crazy. You look for the little black dots, but then if you can go into, they have black and white like aerial shots. You can look at that, and then when you zoom in, you can actually see the old homes, before the orchards.
Yeah, yucca is another one. Supposedly they used to plant back in the day. Colonial homes. You'll see the yucca still out there.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep. That's right.
I know where we're at right now, where we can still find, when we're out scouting and looking, we can still see the old roads where they come into these home sites. Another thing that we look for, if we don't have the map with us and we're just out, when we're side by siding and just out looking, look for the big trees that's really branched out a lot, because
Hey, Lost Boys.
that means they've been cleared around. And it's
They're
give them a chance
mainly
to
a
break.
yard tree
Those
for
are
the most.
what we call a yard tree. I know Mike over at Great Finds, he said, look for those, what they would be a yard tree. And that's the ones with all the big branches coming out, because they would have had it
Instead of growing straight
up, because they'd have had the yard cleared out around it. So that's another thing to look for, is those big, awesome trees that you'd be like, wow, I bet there would be a tree to have a swing hanging off of. Well, more than likely.
I look for overgrown shrubs too. You think sometimes they're evergreens, but they're actually just shrubs that grew 20 feet tall. They don't look like a pine tree.
Yeah,
the old flowers in the springtime, when the Eastern start coming up, is a dead giveaway that there was a home site there.
Yep.
I just said Elf Diggers looks for the flowers.
Yeah.
And the first thing I look for, once we find, okay, could this be a home site, or has the map said it was? My first thing, I got to look for the well, because that is a dead way.
Yeah, always start looking for the wells. Yeah.
Those of you just joining us,
hashtag TLMD and get in on Team Lincoln giveaway.
Yes, and Metal Mike and Persis, they're adding to that giveaway as well. Absolutely. Team Lynch, whenever you all beach metal detect, what do you look for at the beach? I've heard, the deep cuts and the black sand. What do you all look for?
Black sand.
Black sand, deep cuts.
Ripple troughs, flat with little ripples in the sand. That's where I've found some pretty good stuff.
Anywhere sand movement, and then we'll do like showers, lifeguard stands, the beach walks in, around garbage cans, underneath docks. You also get other movement when you get near inlets. Where inlets are at, they kind of change the flow. Any rock jetties, any wooden pilings that slows up the flow. The coins and stuff will settle out. The rings will settle out. So we got continuous things we look at. We'll look at for what they call a towel line, where everybody sets up their towels right close to the beach. And then you have an area right behind the towel line, about 10 yards behind it. And then you have another area behind that where everybody plays ball and stuff. And you'll find a lot of stuff back
jewelry
there too.
Yeah.
People do stuff there too. So, there's continuous things we look at. We're always looking at but the sand movement is important. The type of sand, like you said, if it's black sand, of course. When you get real important things, if you're hunting the wet sand, when you want hard sand underneath your feet. You don't want that really soft stuff.
No.
The harder pack it is, you got a lot of shells and rocks in there. That's where you want to be. If there's shells and rocks in there, there's rings in there. There's jewelry in there, coins. So, and then of course, just through history, we know where old buildings were. I did a lot of shipwreck research. I know where all the shipwrecks are up and down our coast. So sometimes you can hone in on that too. So.
And we've never really went through any old, there's no real old houses. They're all both been torn down where we're at. We're just finding, if you find the well and the impressions in the ground, but
some of the foundation, the
maybe
cornerstones
some of the cornerstones, but
which have always
finding
been
old but I love to go through old structures.
Yes. So. I think Rachel said she had, is that correct, Rachel, that you explored abandoned houses?
I can't help myself. I've done it my whole life.
Really? Scary.
If it's empty and no one's around, I'm going in it.
Yeah.
One time I had the police called on me.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we thought it was an abandoned house. Apparently it was bought.
Hey, DOC Reed, welcome. So it wasn't abandoned?
Well, it was abandoned and they bought it, I guess to rehab it. But,
Right.
I think I was 13 at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in the day around here, you don't only need to have the
70s.
original house. A lot of times you have another house where they originally would put a log cabin in first. Or back when there was a lot of, in the old days, because they had to hide from Indians while they were building the house, they would carve into the side of the riverbanks and have little houses and stuff in there. They would just live in the riverbank for a while they built the house, several hundred yards away or something.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, you won't fall. Most of the wells we find, you're not going to really fall in.
They're not covered.
They're not covered.
You have to pay attention, but
they're pretty.
You can see. They're obvious. You can
they're
see
obvious.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, the last cellar hole we were at, no well. There was no well, but it was. The house was literally about 30 feet from a brook.
Yeah.
So we assumed maybe that's where they were getting.
That was their source of water. Yeah. Yeah. Rachel, whenever you go detecting or beach detecting, what do you look for as an indication that it's a home site? Or when you see it's a home site, what's the first thing you want to try and find? Maybe where the clothesline had been, around the cellar?
Yeah, I try to figure out where the back of the house was so I could figure out where the clothesline was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if there's no indications of that, then I'll just detect the whole thing. So.
Yeah.
But I'll try to figure out where the front door was and where the clothesline would have been.
Yeah.
Now that first home site, we basically figured out where the clothesline was hanging from the finds that we were finding.
The buttons and the
right
zippers
in a straight
line.
I mean,
I found the silver Rosie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was target, one right in a line. So I said, clothesline had to hang
because it was
right
zipper
down through
pulls,
here.
buttons.
Yeah.
The silver Rosie.
Another thing I learned when I was doing some research a few years back, not necessarily metal detecting research, but just researching some information, and I found that one of the things they used to do back in the day too is they would hide their money in the chicken coop. And most of them had chicken coops.
You are
so they
right.
would hide their money in the chicken coop because if you disturb the chickens, they're very loud.
That's pretty
So it was the ADT of the 1800s.
In fact, those Hungarian tags, then you found the chicken coop, right? That's all I ever find is those. They say polorium on them. They're like
a disease for chickens.
Yeah.
Well, I would keep scanning where that chicken coop was because supposedly they would hide the money. Some people, not everyone, but a lot. I mean, they made it into books.
Anytime I hear chicken coop, I'm staying away from that area because I never found anything nice in a chicken coop area except aluminum tags. But that's really cool to know.
Hey, Mark Henninger, welcome from Toledo, Ohio.
I had my money in my purse.
From West Virginia here.
West Virginia, yeah.
South of Huntington.
But yeah, I'd love to find something that someone had actually buried at one of these home sites.
Yeah.
They were hiding and just left it, forgot about it, died or whatever. I mean, but that would be so cool to find. I wouldn't care if it was just a jar of pennies. I mean, just to find that they hid something and yeah.
Well, I also think about during the Great Depression, there was a huge lack of trust with banks. And
Yep.
that's why you find that's why people find jars of coins. And it wasn't necessarily they were hoarding their silver. They only had silver coins.
Yeah.
They were hoarding their money, not trusting a bank. And a dollar went a lot farther in 1920 than it does today.
Yeah.
So, I think about that too. If the house is older, especially if it was an older person that just lived in that house, that lived during the Depression, where would they have hid that jar of coins or a jar of dollar bills, whatever it would have been? I try to think in the way they would have thought. It's not going to be too far from the house because they don't want people noticing them wandering off, but it's not going to be right up against the house either because nosy neighbors would be looking.
Right.
You'd have to kind of think around a tree or a rock or
Yeah,
something.
there'd be a landmark.
Yeah.
But not
Something.
obvious because everybody would have the same landmark in their backyard. So I find lots of jars of brown water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Paul, what do you look for when you go detecting, whether it's beach detecting,
Or
farm
farm.
field? What do you look for as to where you're going to start at?
Well, because around here is orchards, I just start. Well, I have never done an orchard until I came here, and so then after a few months, I realized more of the good finds where there used to be a home site, or closer to a building than in an open area orchard. Because I would do like so many rows and then just constantly aluminum. There's so much aluminum trash in the farm fields because all the farm workers, there's no garbage cans to put the aluminum, so they just throw it on the ground and it's just loaded. But yeah, and then mostly if I get a permission, I'll start from one end and I'll just work my way. Like this one permission I have, it's a 75-acre estate grapes, and so I was chatting away with the farmer, and he was saying that on the one side of the orchard, he lasered the soil. So he laser leveled the soil. So he would take out all the old soil, which I want, and then he would put new soil in to level it for the new grapes. So I went down one of the rows and there was nothing. It was clean. So, but some of the finds, if I find I've been finding a lot of lead bale seals, and they're from the 1800s. They'll usually have a name or initials, GTR, which is Grand Trunk Railway. And the railway, there is an old railway that used to run just on the other side of this one road that's kind of close to me, and that railway went all the way, like in my area, all the way through Toronto, from the States, and it's called Grand Trunk Railway, and that's 1800s. And I love finding the lead bale seals that have the initial, all the writing. I found even a few from New York, and yeah.
That's
Good
cool.
deal. And Paul, I want to congratulate you. Clark's Cove wants to congratulate you because you've reached 700 and you're right
At
at the
750,
door of
aren't you?
750.
Yeah.
aren't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
on that.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the right way.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see here. We are at 9:21.
Oh, yeah, we've got to do this giveaway.
Yes, we do.
We said we was going to do it at 15 after, and it's 20.
Did we say 15 after or 9:30?
Well, let's just go to 9:30.
Okay.
Give everyone a
9
chance.
more
that
minutes,
if
guys.
They haven't hashtag TLMD. Looks like 45 entries, and we've got 44 in the chat. So
Yes.
hey.
So
I think everyone's pretty well entered.
I think so.
Yeah,
8
that's
more
great.
minutes, guys. And
And
of
we'll
course,
do
thank
that
you, Team
giveaway.
Lynch, and thank you, Metal Mike and Persis.
Yeah.
I want to do a thank you to Jeff over at Adventures with Goat. We have won a giveaway back about a month ago off
Yes.
of him, and in that giveaway, we won. It was a basically like a little survival pack that's got aspirins in it. It's got bandages in it. And
Little
it's
water
little
tablets
water
for
tablets
sanitizing
for-
and
Oh, that's cool.
and last Sunday, when we went out metal detecting, when I got out there, I had the worst pain in the back of my neck. And thankfully, I had that kit in the truck, and it had Advil in it. So I wanted to thank Jeff because that has already come in handy out in the field.
And Tylenol and Advil is something we don't
I
keep
usually
because
don't
we,
keep, and
knock on wood, we don't have headaches or anything like that.
but that
it come in
so
handy.
handy. So
Yep.
anytime you're all out there, take that stuff along with you.
It has one of those
It's awesome to have Advil and stuff in
survival
the field.
blankets that looks like aluminum foil, but they
Yeah.
unfold and cover you up for heat. And let's see, it has lip balm, antibiotic ointment,
The water purification tablet.
the water purification tablet, glucose tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually carry
mean,
Tums Lactaid.
For all those Friday pizzas.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
We were
It's at a new place too.
Family Beach one day detecting, which is, a good 45 minutes from home. And I just got the worst headache. And it was like a beautiful day for detecting, but I was just dying. I couldn't function. My head was killing me. And he was, I was like, you don't have to stop. I'm just going to lie down. And I tried and tried. And he was trying to have fun, but I was lying on the beach miserable with it. So I've had, some form of headache medicine in my bag ever since that, so that if it ever happens again, because it ruined the whole day.
Yeah, it does.
It really, a headache, neck pain, you can't concentrate, and it affects your hunting completely, your detecting, and because you don't even want to. And I just told Melissa, I said, I was hoping when I got it, it would go away, but it just kept. I was like, I've got to have something. We have that kit in the truck. Yes, I said, check it and see if there's Tylenol, Advil. It was Advil, I think.
Advil. Yep.
Within 30 minutes, I was back on my game, and
Yeah. He blamed not finding anything on the tension.
Well,
back
hey,
of
it
his head.
does. If you don't feel good,
You're not finding anything, you develop a tension headache. Absolutely. Yeah.
You are right.
it's amazing how your attitude and everything
AWK.
affects your metal detector.
Yes.
Even your
I always say, whatever you want to find, you keep in your mind all day long.
Yep.
Just keep thinking it. And I swear, I don't know. I mean, it happens multiple times when I've been, okay, today I just want to find this copper coin. And, maybe by the end of the day, I finally found it. Or I just want a silver ring. And I keep, all day long and thinking, I want to
Gotta have that positive attitude.
Yeah.
I just tried.
We have had that happen to us twice. One time, and I've spoke about this before, but one time when we were detecting the penny park is what we called it because we found so many pennies over in Kentucky, and we were doing our opening, and Robert said, Melissa, what are you going to find today? I said, I have never found a silver GW.
and she did that day.
That was it my second target?
Mm-hmm.
That was my second target
Wow.
for the day, silver GW.
Wow.
And then we had went to an event down in Virginia at Swifties, and it was a natural hunt. And so the question was asked to Robert, what are you going to find today?
Yes, I wanted to find a lantern piece, and by
And
cracky,
he
I
found
a
an
lantern
old
piece.
lantern piece. He sure did. So, yes.
Always talk about what you would like to find, because I do find that you might just find it if you start talking about it. Or if another detectorist, I have noticed, because all the channels we watch, you'll see someone find a standing liberty. Then you'll see someone else find a standing liberty. Then someone else finds one. And then next thing you know, you're finding one. And I said, well, I guess they're just passing that luck right on down the line.
We just found a Lucky Charles Lindbergh coin a couple months ago. The video hasn't hit yet, but was it Dig and Duel? I think I'm like, come on. how's that? You know, they just had a video come out like maybe a week or two ago that they found a lucky Lindbergh coin. You know, it's like.
Well, I had just found something, and we were watching Green Mountain, and he found the same thing.
Yeah, it's funny how it works. It's just
And then
it
your
seems like
bottles he found, yeah.
they come out
Yeah.
in bunches.
It's kind of like, you know, the Facebook algorithm. If you're having a conversation with someone and then you go on Facebook, you start seeing ads for whatever you were just talking about.
so the stuff can hear you in the ground. But I swear we all have like these mental dowsing rods. You know what I mean? So you know, when you think about something, it leads you to it. You know.
I know, talking about when we go into areas and how we look at the terrain and decide where we're going to hunt at. I know if I'm in a park, and when we pull up in the parking lot and park, and I'll sit there and look out the window and I think, okay, I'm going to go this way. And if I was here and not being me, which way would I start going? Well, I would go this way. Same in a home site. When we're in a home site and I'm in there and we find out where the well is at, I'll be like, okay, here's the well. We pretty well know the house sitting here. If they were coming out, they would travel this way. And then if you find like where the outhouse would have been, and try to find them lines of sight and follow them, because you'll find stuff there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Because that's how I try to look at things. I try to think, okay, this is the way I would go. And if I wasn't me, which way would I go? Because you got to kind of put yourself in their shoes at the same time, not just how you would do it, but how maybe someone else would do it. So it helps, you know, you go into that areas with that frame of mind and look at areas like that.
Yeah.
You'll find that you find stuff.
Yeah.
You find stuff when you find stuff.
I'm a meanderer. I like, when I get to a different place, I like to look and I'm like, okay, I'm heading this way.
Do you?
I
I
go
thought
this
you
way.
had like blinders on and it was just like.
Anyway, folks.
I'm a gritter.
The meters are going up. The meters.
I'm a gritter.
It is
I follow
9:29.
Yeah. What?
We've got 1 minute left. Yes, Kathy.
I said I'm a gritter. I follow a pattern.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll grid at times, but
If
then
we're
it's
in like
park.
ball fields or a park,
I'll
we
do
are
grid.
pretty much
Yep.
gritters.
But then it's just
But I
random
love
walking.
to just guess
Yeah.
and
We were at a
just.
beach. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Go
Kathy,
ahead.
but yeah, we were at a beach a couple weeks ago, and you know, there was maybe several other detectorists there, and you could see them. They're just all meandering around. You can see their trails going this way and that way. And I'm like, I'm just gonna start gridding. If I pick the section, I'm gonna start gridding. 2 silver rings. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah, because it can be anywhere. You know what I mean? But you just gotta pick a patch, stick to it, do the next patch later. You know, it's
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about beaches and stuff. You start off. You can't read the beach. Just grid. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
I was doing a school field a number of years ago, back in 2015, and this school field had history. This was back in British Columbia, and I gridded it for 1 week, cleaned out all the garbage and trash, gridded the other way another week, and then the third week, I thought I'd try a different program on the day, as they have a gold prospecting, and it's not your regular tones. It's like a zip, and just to try it. And on the third hit, down a foot, I found a gold signet ring that was dated 1948. It was like a Christmas engraved, but it was over a foot deep, and it was because I had to clean all that trash,
Yeah.
from gridding. So
Yeah.
gridding works.
Yeah. We've actually watched channels, back early channels when we first started watching metal detecting, that they would actually take little flags and make them a square, grid that square out in every direction they could grid it out until they had every signal out of that square.
Okay, what somebody needs to invent is a little something that attaches to your belt and it has a roll of string on it. And you put the string down, and then you can just start walking, and then it leaves the string behind you, so you can know exactly where you've been for the last 100
Or a
yards. You know
little
what I mean?
dispenser of colored powder that
Or
leaves where your footprints were, so you can see when you're walking in a big field and it's impossible to maintain a straight line.
Or you can go early when the dew is still out, and then you could see your tracks when you're going up.
Yes.
Right?
I have done that before.
So
Yes.
that's not going to happen.
Early morning? No way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on the beach, it's easier. Like
Oh, for sure.
find,
Yeah.
you find a good target, a couple good targets, you could start spiraling out, and then
Yeah.
you see where your sand scoop was. You spiral out.
Mm.
You're not getting any more targets again.
Do you drag your scoops to leave a trail?
He does. I don't.
Yes, sometimes. Well, sometimes I want to hide it. Sometimes I want to do it to discourage people, let them think everything's been cleaned out. So I'll bring them in.
All right, no, we're past 9:30. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got a quick question for Tim, Kathy. When you guys beach hunt, or when you guys also water detect a little bit, right?
Yes.
You're in the water too. Now, it's happened to me when I was out in BC when I would water hunt. When you're water hunting and you hit black sand, does your VDI change a lot?
Oh yeah, it can. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we go to the beaches, certain beaches they'll change from almost week to week sometimes. And when you get into black sand, that definitely affects your numbers. You get a little different VDI.
Yeah. I
It'll
found
sound
with my
different.
legend, I had a constant 1 last week with the legend. Was
Yeah.
constantly at 1. I never got a 0. I constantly had the 1.
Because
So
you
I
had
had to look
background.
past it,
Yeah, you
yes.
had black sand there. Yep.
Mhm.
That was about ground balancing it out. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Sensitive to that iron, because I think black sand is just iron, right?
Yeah, it's other things, but yes, it affects you in the same way. We'll all like you'll go certain beaches, and every target we dig with the Nox, you get good signals, but it'll always be an iron grunt there. Always an iron grunt. Always an iron grunt. Always an iron grunt.
Sure.
But some days you come. So when I first go on a beach, what I always do is I'll dig bad targets on purpose. I want to see how good they sound, if it's really a bad target, and I definitely dig some iffies because I want to dig the iffies and see how accurate my machine is on that day, and then I'll adjust from there. But a lot of times you got to dig those iffies. So
do you dig solid iron targets?
oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ever since I found gold that was just in the iron range, never came out of the iron range. I'm a stickler for that. At least on the beaches, not probably on the fields. But
I'm going to tell you, the areas we're hunting right now, you dig every little beep and scratch you hear because stuff could be masked with iron or anything so easily. So we pretty well in these home sites right now. We're digging every. Yeah, I mean, if I get a little beep, I'm digging it.
Same way, you get a little beep that pops up out of that iron, we dig it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's iron that's just in the shape of a circle. So okay, it's going to sound up good, or a little bigger piece, or a little smaller piece. But if I get that little good beep in there, a lot of times you'll dig it. Sometimes you'll get a nail and a ring. But
yeah.
I see KCMD.
It's magnetite, isn't it, in the black sand?
Yeah, I believe that's mostly what it is. Yep.
Okay.
Because I don't know because we've never.
It's not like magnetic, like regular magnetite, but I believe there is some in there. Now, when you go gold panning, you'll get that magnetic black sand. Some of the stuff is, especially up in Raritan Bay. Other sections is not so much, but there's still magnetite in there.
Okay. I think we need to do that.
Yeah, we probably should.
We'll just talk away.
We was going to do it at 15 after, then 20 after, then now it's going on 22. We still ain't done it. But yes, let's see. Let's go over here and we've got 47 entries and 46 in the chat. And that is awesome. And we'll start a little countdown at 10,
9,
and 8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3.
And good luck, everyone.
Yes.
2,
1.
And go.
Good luck, everyone.
And this will be for the Team Lynch and Metal Mike and Persis.
The bad idea.
Bad idea lab.
Congratulations, the bad idea lab. Are you still here? Hey, AJOT, welcome.
They were.
The bad idea lab.
We will give them a few minutes to say we are here. Yes, hey, AJOT, welcome.
Yeah, shows are here.
Hey, David Alfonsetti.
Uh-huh.
They're in the chat. Now, whether they're at the computer is the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes people step away, go to the bathroom, get
Yeah.
a drink, some snacks or something.
Teaching online.
Because I know I'd seen them commenting there.
Yep.
I saw them when I first came
Winning
out.
all 4 items. Is that correct?
Hey,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
They're winning all 4 items. So the 3 that Team Lynch has is
Yes.
one
Yeah,
prize.
they get Team Lynch and what you all have, yes.
Yes.
If they.
Come on, bad idea.
Bad Idea Lab. Are you?
Hey,
There they are.
Woo, bad
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
I'll tell you
They
what.
need to get a hold of Tim and Kathy at Team Lynch and Metal Mike and Persis.
You know, 3 at
Or however you all want to.
Want to get the address
'Cause I don't
information
think we have
exchange.
the Bad Idea
We
Labs
do not have the
address.
Bad
No,
Idea
they've
Labs
never
address.
won
No.
any
You
of
just
them.
contact us, and we'll contact Metal Mike and Persis.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got our email. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you, team.
So congratulations, the Bad Idea Lab.
And our emails in the chat,
I just put it in. Yep.
tlynch1403@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, Team Lynch and Metal Mike and Persis.
Yes.
That's just awesomeness. I always like seeing new different channels win. I mean, it's
Yeah.
That's just our take on. We're not, when we do our giveaways. We always sit and say, well, if you just won like within the past, and it's not doing that to be. I don't know how I want to put it. I just want everyone a chance to win. I have sat in the past, and we never named names or nothing, but I have sat and watched channels win one week and the next, and no one else ever gets the chance to win.
That's how you feel when you
sometimes.
see
So
the
we
same
always
name drawn
want
over
to
and over.
give everyone a chance to win something.
Yeah.
Make it
And-
fair.
Yeah.
Then we'll rotate right back through you if it's been a couple of months since
Right.
you've won and your name pops up. But but week after week, people winning the same giveaways. I know you get frustrated.
You
Others
do.
do. So
Yeah.
that's why we just want everyone to get a chance to win a little something
Spread the
from
wealth.
Clark's Cove and anyone else we might have as guests that want to donate something. I mean, that's just how I feel about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
We agree.
we did a different one recently. We put at the end of our video, we turned around and told people about a contest at the end of our video. We didn't announce it.
Yeah.
So out of 200 or some that watched it or whatever, we got 19 entries.
19 entries.
Yes. I was
And none were my entry.
Yeah. I think that was the Santa one, actually.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta
That's
watch.
why I never win.
But that was fun. We left some hints in the video that what stayed at the end, but
Yep.
so it was nice. Everybody won. It was all people we knew hadn't really won before and this and that. So,
Yep.
so we're
Yeah. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it fun. And guys, I know it's 9:40, so
Hey, we still have 46
we're getting
people in
close
the
to
chat.
10 o'clock. So around 10,
You
yes,
ain't
we.
going to start running people off, are you?
There goes that meter.
because I'm going to stay for a while.
Anyhow, before I was so rudely interrupted by 70% over here.
Oh, she got it right. Oh, she's learning, guys. See, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh,
Oh, here we go.
100%, Robert.
speaking of old dog, I have eaten dog food before.
That's right. I'm setting myself up for that.
Goodness sakes. Now,
yeah.
I'm trying to think back here. What was I getting ready to say? I mean, honestly, I've lost my train of thought. Thank you so much, 70%. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I expect karma at tomorrow's hunt. I got a feeling somebody's gonna have a good day tomorrow.
See you, Danny boy. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining, Dan.
Night, Daddy.
You know what, Bill? It's been a while since he slept on the couch. So he may be getting ready to find out how comfy
that
it
couch
is.
is comfy down there. I got the big screen TV in front of me. Hey.
You can watch
I'd be
football.
just fine. Me and Annabelle curl up down there.
KCMD said, "Oh my God, he just called Melissa a dog." Well, Dennis, I'm going to tell you something. We had one of our covert challenges some time back. I lost. So he blindfolded me and made some little snacks on saltine
for,
crackers.
well, when she made me shave off half my beard and mustache and go out.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
He just interrupted me, and Dennis, he put dog food on those crackers. He put a pickle on one and a black olive on one. Of course, I was blindfolded. I put it in my mouth and chewed on it. I said, "I don't know what this is, but I don't like it."
But you couldn't spit it. Challenges are challenges.
I couldn't spit
That's
it out.
why he should have bought the off-brand dog food. Alpo.
Hey, it
all the
was
way.
pedigree, man.
It
That
was
the good
pedigree
stuff.
pouches. Oh gosh,
It
thank
was
you,
what,
Jim
like,
Steele.
like beef stew or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting time for a covert versus covert challenge too. We're going to have to issue one.
Thought
before
doesn't
long.
cross my mind.
Well, see, but I can issue one, and you can't turn it down, because if she turns a covert challenge down, then she automatically loses, and I get to issue the punishment.
You are right, Lauren O'Reilly. He made Melissa get a tattoo.
That's right. She lost.
And I've got a coil on my back, a metal detecting coil.
Yep.
Oh,
And
that's
has
cool.
CC134
Yep.
underneath
Good
it.
idea.
That's what I got. But I know what I was getting ready to ask.
Sorry.
Ask
Oh,
away.
you're fine. You're fine. I am going to ask away, and I'm going to start with Rachel. 2023's rolled around.
I'm gonna go do that right after.
What do you want to do this year? Where do you see yourself at this year with your channel? Do you have something special planned that you might want to talk about? Events coming up? Anything like that?
Well, yeah, I'm going to a few events. But I am working on a project, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. As we know, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. By the way, Lynches, I'm waiting on that video.
Yeah, we know.
And
Tomorrow morning, hopefully.
Yes,
the
yes.
channel goes wherever it goes. I know a lot of people want to get to 1,000, get monetized, and then they find out it's pennies. So monetization really isn't anything for me. I don't really care. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing with my channel and taking people on my adventure, whether
And we
in person
enjoy
like
that.
Lynch's or by myself and you watch me.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, it's a note.
Oh, okay, the note.
I don't rate this one. I forget.
Good night, Donna. I hope you're feeling better.
And Rachel, we know it's a drive for you, but you're welcome anytime to come to the Cove. We'd love
I
to take
know.
you out.
I'm making a trip out there too.
Some of them home sites.
That's what we were saying.
Hey, Pigeon Blood Ruby.
The other day, man. When we do these home sites, people need to come down. That's the thing is, when we film in these places, the camera never captures just exactly what we're. It just does not. How I want to put it. You just don't get the feeling of when you're actually there. And I told Melissa, I said, I'd just like to get a couple of channels come down and go to some of these old home sites with us. They appreciate a little bit more, detectorists that get out in the field and you're battling brush and briars and stuff and
Snakes with all the stones.
Yes, snakes.
It's a different kind of detecting, and it is compared to park detecting. In a park you can be really casual. You can have slippers on and shorts and short sleeves, and you get out in the woods, man, you don't dress like that. You got to have sleeves on, and a lot of times I don't. I come out there bloody, scrapes and briars all over my
hair. Of course, I've got long hair.
Sticks in her hair,
and when I start out, not so frizzy, but as I go, I've got sticks. I get caught on a limb, and I'm pulling it this way, and I look like something wild.
I don't know how many times, I feel I've been an inch away from losing my eye to a
Yeah.
branch that I didn't.
Yes,
I've-
yes.
I've had stuff swerve
These are
me
helpful.
across the face, and it's like, man.
But you're
That
right,
hurt.
Mike.
Never had a fish fall on you.
No.
But I've had a frog in my bowl.
Hey,
Tell
pigeon.
us about that one.
Yeah, how did a fish fall on you?
Yeah.
Yes, as detecting, of course, at the beach, and either an osprey, I think it was an osprey, took
Oh.
a fish out of its talons, and it.
How funny! It was thought you were hungry.
I
Yeah.
guess
Who
That's-
loves detecting small creeks?
We've only creek hunted a few times, just a couple of times, but yeah, there's finds to be found in these creeks.
There-
too.
there are.
Yeah, there are. I
What-
found a token in one.
Yes, you did.
One time, and remember the day we found how many inserts in that creek just walking and just eyeballing stuff. But yeah, get out and hunt your creeks. They're good.
Yep,
Stuff gets washed.
it sure
One-
does.
One of the places I loved detecting out west was an old gold mining town called Fairview. It was in Oliver, British Columbia, before Oliver was actually the actual town, and it was in the hills above Oliver, BC. But you would same with the woods. You would have to dress appropriately, especially with your boots. You would have to wear a certain type of boot, like leather boot, because they have cactus in the ground. And oh my gosh, you would have to wear a certain kind of pants, because if that cactus ever poked through, you would have a welt on your leg, you know. And but all the coins found in that area is all like early 1800, late 1800s, and there's actually gold coins still there to be found. But,
I couldn't imagine finding a gold coin.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would I would definitely be speechless, and I probably not believe it. I'd definitely be saying I don't believe it.
A gold coin would be wonderful. A gold anything would be great. I've not, like Rachel was talking about, I've not found anything gold. So
I've found 2 gold rings and gold earring.
if
and
I found the back of an earring
well-
that was gold, I'd be happy.
back in the summer, I found the little gold part of this. It was like a spongy
Stretchy watch
Stretchy
band style bracelet.
band
Yep.
or something in people's backyard.
Yep.
I'd be happy to find a little speck of gold from Goldschlagers in the ground.
That tested at 10. It tested
10 karat.
gold.
Uh-huh.
And yes, Dennis at KCMD, your gold testing kit that you sent us back last year does come in handy. That thing is
Yep.
it's something good to have in your arsenal.
Yes, it is.
Is your a gold
The
testing
acid kit.
Yeah.
Paul,
Okay.
where do you see your channel at in
this year. What do
2023?
you
What you got going on?
or looking to what goals are you looking to
Yeah.
meet maybe in 2023?
just going as kind of like what Rachel, like I'm just moving along, and I started doing coin roll hunting again, live streams every week, and I'll be doing another one this Friday night at 10 p.m. It's very casual, it's laid back. I just go through whatever, looking like I've been recently going through toonies, looking for colored and uncolored Canadian toonies, and the newest one out right now is called the Canadian 2022 black ring toonie. That's the Queen Elizabeth II. That's got a black ring around the center. But they're hard to find. Like I was able to get 2 rolls before Christmas, and now you can't find them anywhere. No one has them now, and so yeah, that's the hot toonie coin right now. But yeah, I'm just having fun with the channel, doing different videos and whatever. But
Mm-hmm. It's we
Yeah.
don't really have any goals set for 2023 other than just to keep bringing everyone content, doing our live streams, the premieres. Just hope to see Digging Sundays continue to grow.
Speaking of growing, Digging Sundays,
Yeah,
Texas
we've
Plug
got-
Riches is going to be joining us
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
and they are going to be our guest next Saturday.
Yep.
Well, I do have one goal. I didn't expand on that.
Okay.
Just hopefully along my journeys that as people join, because I don't care about the number count. I just like them to see. My goal is for people to get to know me without me telling them who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
Because yeah, I'm a nut. Lynch's could tell you.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
Yes,
Well, I love you guys too. You know that.
We like to be able. We want to come up and hunt with Rachel on their in their
Yes.
backyard,
Yeah.
and with Team Lynch and anyone else up
And
in
while
that
we're up
area.
we want to meet
We are going to
Team
do that.
Clambake and
There's so many.
so
out there.
many
And
up
we're
in
going
that
to.
area that we want to
We
hook
are
up with.
going
And one
to.
of these days it will happen. I know, like we always say, and we always talk about it, but one of these
It's
days.
going
Hey,
to
Dirt Claude.
happen. Whether it's
Hey,
this
Dirt Claude.
year or 2024, I mean,
And of course, Ohio, we've got Nailed It Detecting Ohio Metal Maven north of us, just a
yes,
few
we are
hours.
wanting to go meet with them
Um,
some weekend and maybe do some hunting. I mean,
I'm going to assume, I don't know how far you guys are from where Flash Bash was held, but I'm thinking in that direction, if I'm correct in thinking.
Ohio Metal Maven.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah, I'm
Nailed It
not sure
Detecting.
either.
I don't know
And
how
Nailed It.
close they are to Flash Bash.
That was
Well,
in-
I can tell you, Clarks, that if you make it out to the East Coast here by me and the Lynches, that we will happily take you to the closed Catholic school to help get some of that clad out.
Yeah.
We had how many the other day? 7?
7 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 of us. And there's still lots more there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot more.
But a lot more relics were found this time too. The lock.
awesome. Nailed it.
That lock was really cool.
Kathy got 2 buttons.
Yeah.
What did you get, Tim? You got a relic too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a horseshoe. I got a
Whistle.
whistle, Tootsie
You
Oh,
car,
whistle.
token, some old coins. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the older the relic-y stuff is starting to pop out now.
Yep.
So you guys are welcome to come and that goes for everybody in the chat now.
We will definitely. And dig all just as saying Clark's Cove Detecting,
Yes,
come
we
to
know-
Virginia.
we
Yes, we
know
talked
that.
about that one too, because I don't remember exactly where you are in Virginia, but
it's all yeah, pretty doable
yeah.
for us. Yeah, when the little old man, poor old guy. I hate bringing him up sometimes about his health, but he's
Yeah.
but
yep.
It is what it is.
it is what it is. But we are as if anything, our goals are going to be to get out and do collaborations. But to have any goals to meet for 2023, just to keep bringing our content, and hopefully everyone enjoys it and follows us along on all our little.
And
trips and-
I have to be honest, because this thought crossed my mind a while ago. If I was asked the question, do you prefer curb strips or do you prefer home sites? I have to be straight up and honest. Home sites.
Well, yeah, but we can't home site hunt year.
I know
round
because of snakes.
because of the snakes and the
La-
and with stuff just grows
Last
up
year
and
we did a couple of home sites in April, and that was a mistake because we encountered.
snakes.
I took a package of mothballs with me and
Yeah.
threw out, and they kind of scattered. So I'm like, we're not doing April next year.
Yeah, no.
Well,
wait,
speaking
year.
about snakes at that Fairview Gold mining town, you can only detect their early spring or beginning of fall, because in the summer it's loaded with snakes
Oh
Yeah.
God!
because it's a desert. It's a desert, so that's where you're detecting, right? So yeah, it's nasty.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
But now, if anything, yeah, I do have a goal this year, and that's going to be starting when we go back to curb strip hunting, and I'm going to start door knocking.
That's a good goal to have.
That way, the tension is down from dealing with neighbors and residents coming out and arguing, because if you have permission to be up in someone's yard, then you're not going to get a resident coming out screaming at you while what you're doing, digging holes that they're going to fall in.
Like you have a backhoe.
Yeah, like you're out there with a backhoe digging.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that's the hardest part of metal detecting, but you get used to it. It took,
That's
you know,
what
I was nervous the first few times I did that, but now it's kind of like, yeah,
Tracy,
you know,
thanks for
I'm probably
coming.
gonna know, but you know, usually about 33% say yes. That's been our luck so far. So 1 out of 3, I think, is not too bad.
If you're knocking on the door and you expect a no, but don't let your body language also expect the no.
Yeah, and especially it's what you say to them. My 2 main points I try to make to them is we're clean, and you can have whatever you want. You know, you say that to them, and most of the time they don't want anything. You know, there've been times, of course, that they do, and we're happy to give it to them, as long as I can get on a wrap up first. And then other times, if they say, you know, we don't want anything, I'll try to present them, like, you know, I'll give out Morgan dollars to people, or silver bullion coins, or, you know, stuff like that, which they tend to be really happy with. So make it worth their while too. You know, a lot of times too. Well, a couple times they've come out and joined us. You know, they'll take out an old 20-year-old detector, and you know, we'll have like an 80-year-old gentleman detecting right beside us. She'll actually see in a couple of weeks. So.
Yeah, we got a permission, which the lady was sitting out on her front stoop when we was coming down the curb strip, and she asked us if we've been finding anything. No, you know, having a decent day, and she said we can metal detect our yard, and she said we've got a metal detector, and so, oh really? What kind is it? Well, I don't know. We got it off Amazon, blah blah blah, and they bring it out, and of course it's one of them, you know, about $15
Walmart specials.
And then there wasn't me to explain to them how to work it. And you know, you can't come out and say, well, you've got a piece of junk. You know,
right.
So I'm like,
oh, it beats.
I said,
but that's all it
I'd
did.
have to use it a few days to be able to really tell you anything about it. Only thing I can tell you is just get out and start swinging with it and dig every little signal that it beeps. But it was almost basically one of them. I think if you had held it just up in the air, it would have beeped.
What, in the coil floppy?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was floppy. It was, you know, you swing it and the shaft is
Hey,
swaying
Homestead
on
Detectress, welcome.
And I was trying to be as nice and polite as possible about it, because you don't want to tell someone that they have a piece of junk.
I mean,
I have. I delivered one of my customers a piece of junk to their door at Christmas time. I said, next time, talk to me before you order off of Amazon. I said, this is going to beep before you even open the box.
Yeah. We had some good finds in their yard, and they kept we give them a couple of things. Melissa found a silver ring in their backyard, and it was old.
Yeah.
And we let them keep that. And I figure it was a plate off the front of a bicycle. You know, the old bicycles had the little metal plates right on the front handlebar shaft. And it had, what was it on it? Did it have an M on it or a K or something like that? And
I don't remember.
And you let them have that. And
I didn't end up with very much that day.
I found an old
I gave it all away.
Pocket knife that I let them keep out of that yard. And but if anything, like I said, I'm going to start door knocking more this year. I mean, it's just.
But I felt good about letting them keep those items, because at the wrap up, Bob said, well, Melissa gave all her stuff away, which I had a Wheatie and maybe a nickel that day after I'd given my stuff away. But I felt really good about it.
Well,
it was their home. And
like the young man that was talking to us that day, I had just found an Indian head penny, and I haven't found a lot of Indian head pennies, but I've 4 or 5, I guess, maybe. And he was talking to us about what we were doing, and we were explaining, and he said, have you found anything nice today? And I said, well, this Indian head penny. And he was so excited over that, he was trying to buy it off of me. And I was like, no, man, here, just, you can have it, man. I've already filmed it, and my viewers are going to get to see it in the video. I'll explain at the wrap up that I give it to you. And he said, man, that is just odd. He goes, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in and set it up on the mantle. And he was really excited about that and didn't have a penny. But, I wasn't going to sell it to him. My goodness, there, you can have it. If it makes his day. And who's to say that it might have not inspired him to go out and buy a metal detector and start metal detecting himself now? I mean, you have to think like that too. So,
Yep.
Anytime you go door knock.
Absolutely.
Anytime you give something back, and if you make someone's day by doing it, then that's part of being a metal detectorist.
Jim Steele says he's door knocked every permission he ever detected in over 40 years.
Some people have a knack for it,
Yeah.
I guess, of being able to go up and talk. And I can at times, if I'm not thinking about it. That's when I'm my best at talking with people, when I'm not thinking about talking to people.
Otherwise, he rattles.
Otherwise, it's
rattles.
I'm a mess. I mean, I admit it.
Metal Mike and Persis, 2023's rolled around. Where do you see you guys going with your channel this year? Do you have any special plans you've got, events, things you want to accomplish, goals?
I just think we've been inching up for so long. I think it would just be nice to finally hit that 1,000 mark. Again, we're not gonna make any money. We're just, you need the hours on top of everything else too. And like Rachel said, it's you're not going to get a lot of money unless you have 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? But I always find that's a goal to reach for. So I'm hoping we get we're about 30 away from 1,000, and with that there will be a pretty nice giveaway where I have a gold love token coin that I will give away, and lots of silver coins. And I just want to make it a big deal because we don't do giveaways too often, and probably it'll take a long time before we hit another mark. So other than that, I think our channel is going to keep going. Hopefully we get to land some good permissions. Of course, it's going to come down to this door knocking, but I have a few places in mind. A couple cellar holes I know of that I need to talk to the owners, make sure we can go on their property. And other than that, I think one thing I'd love to try to do is maybe go to one of these big events where a lot of you folks are around.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to an event. Yeah.
Yeah, just to meet everybody in person, and I think that would be great. So,
Hey, Nancy.
Probably what's on our list.
And I need to unload some of my
I'm not
extra.
trying to pronounce your last name, Nancy. So.
Yeah, right now she teaches, so
No.
she's gone 5 days a week, but then she also does night school, so she's there gone another 4 nights a week. So I may see her for a couple hours during the evening, but other than the weekends, not a lot of persons around.
Well, guys,
Yeah, just don't get discouraged with numbers. One thing I would tell people,
Yep.
yeah.
We all hit slums.
Yep.
We have pretty well, even though we haven't said anything about it, we've hit a couple of milestones, and since we've hit them, with our number wise, but don't let numbers.
No, I gave up on it.
Just have fun with it. Yes, don't
I've
dwell.
seen our numbers go up and then all of a sudden just fall back down and stuff like that. It's just you can't let that discourage you. It's
No.
happens.
What you're
I think
doing.
it's so close. You know what I mean? We're almost there, so I'm not really worried about it. I know eventually we'll hit it. And to be honest, a lot of the shorts have really improved.
Yes.
And not only that, I think it was this year, just for Tim and Kathy. I don't know, but because I know you had mentioned it prior, that shorts weren't adding to your hours, but as they said, I think YouTube as of 2023, the shorts were going to add to your hours of watch time. So
You have to get 1 million hours.
1 million.
I believe that's what it was.
10 million.
Views. 10 million.
Mine says 10 million.
10 million views.
On one short? Or?
no, probably on overall.
No, that's just out of your
Year,
Within the year, this year, you have to get 10 million views.
that's ridiculous.
Whew. That's a big
Yeah.
number.
It would be really cool though if we met all of each other at an event.
Yeah.
You wanna
You
do
know,
that?
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
It would.
Yeah.
That would.
we're looking forward to
The
it.
Digging Sundays crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably around New Jersey because that's
Well,
kind
we
of-
had Rachel in there too.
Well, of course, Rachel has to be, but Rachel's already been to the Cove. We've met her.
Yes.
Yes, yes, and she's coming back.
Yes, she's going
Yes,
to
I'll
come.
come back.
Yes, she's coming
Yeah,
back.
it's cool that you guys are
Yeah,
close,
and-
close to each other, that you can do that.
Well, not entirely all that close. They're about 900 miles from me.
What?
No, was it not
So when you
900?
start-
About 500. In 9 hours driving.
9 hours.
Yeah. I was going to say nine. Yeah, about 8 or
Oh,
9.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We want to get up north eventually anyway. We want to get up there, do some gold panning. And
Me too.
some people
Yeah.
up there, yeah. Maine and New Hampshire and,
He was
Ohio.
so excited to do gold panning, and then he found out all the rules about it and realized it wasn't like something you can just go out
Like,
and do. And he was
Can't
like,
use a shovel?
yeah, it depends what creek you're on, yeah.
yeah. So
But now, if like my neighbor, there's a creek that I believe my neighbor owns. It goes through some granite walls, which I'm assuming so they might be tough there. So if they own the property and you say, yeah, you can use a shovel, I wonder if I'm allowed to use a shovel or if I have to go by state laws.
Yeah, I think you have to check.
I don't know.
Don't
Yeah.
know. They're all different.
There's always a twist and turn somewhere, isn't there?
Right?
Yep.
There always is.
yeah.
Yep. We have got 26 in chat. It's getting everyone's bedtime, Pops.
I know.
Yeah. We're going to go.
Jim Steele says, I'm sorry, but if I met Rachel, I'd probably ask her for a date. Oh. Now, see, isn't that sweet?
She's
Jim's
blood.
sweet.
Yes, he is.
I always like Jim.
Yeah.
I think so. Absolutely. Yep.
He's a great supporter of a lot of channels for sure.
Yes, he
He's
is.
one of
And
my
speaking of another supporter, which Robert and I hunted. She was my hunting partner at Florida Hunt 7. And then she has family here in West Virginia. And so we met up and did a
Yeah,
hunt. And
that's
that's
Cynthia.
Cynthia
Yeah.
Swearingen. Everyone
Big
knows
time.
Cynthia.
Big time.
Oh, yes.
Is she cloned? Because she's everywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she is so fast. I see a video come out. Okay, 5 minutes. I'll go on there, watch, look down the comments. She's already got her comments. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just amazing how, yeah.
Yeah, Cynthia's amazing.
The first one there, like all the time.
Word digologist, yes.
Yeah, Cynthia, you are not going to beat her on comments. I've tried that.
No.
Yeah, it's like you just
Find somebody
you just hit the
overseas,
upload
buddy, and
button
she'll have
on
been there
YouTube,
already, you
and
know?
Suddenly Cynthia's already commenting. Watching it now.
Good night, Amethyst. Thank you for joining.
I
Cynthia's
think
awesome.
Cynthia has a crystal ball. and
She supports a lot of channels, not just metal detecting either.
Yeah, she's everywhere. Yep.
Yes.
It's amazing.
We appreciate Cynthia because Cynthia's been there with us.
Great.
I think she was our first commenter. And
And she's cover number
5.
5.
I mean, she has been there with us since the very beginning. And
Yep.
There she is.
it's
She tells
supporters
us
like her that, yeah.
Yep. She
Can't
is
say enough
awesome.
about her. That's
Nope.
all- it's just can't say enough about her.
Yep, absolutely.
No.
She just joined us recently, and I was like so thrilled because I see her everywhere, and I know she's a huge supporter of the channels, and I felt like we just joined a club,
I love those people. Some of these people, they don't put out any videos, but they're everywhere. They know everybody. Everybody loves them,
Yep.
People just enjoying the community.
That's
I'm
the
just
one-
waiting
that's
for the
the
day
one
Cynthia
we appreciate.
graces my live stream with her presence.
People that
Yep.
just out there.
You're right,
watching.
Rachel. You are right. I remember at Florida, Cynthia, there was someone there, Cynthia, and refresh my memory if you can remember it as well. But there was a detectress that was there, and you said, I have been watching him since he was a young
Oh,
man.
that was
or a little boy. You may have said, but I think it was young man. Oh golly. Do I want to say Nugget Noggin?
Nugget
Am I
Noggin.
right?
Yes.
Nugget
Nugget
Noggin.
Noggin.
Is that right, Cynthia?
Yes.
Nugget Noggin?
I was thinking Aqua Chicker, but it wasn't Aqua Chicker. It's Nugget Noggin.
Yeah.
Aqua Jigger is a boy, little boy.
Yes, Nugget Noggin.
Nugget Noggin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was.
Which he's a
there.
young man now,
Yes.
so you know.
He's not even a young man anymore. He's almost an old man. He's closer to 30 than he is 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh wow.
Well,
Yeah,
man, if
he's
30's an
grown
old
up
man,
that much.
then I'm just Methuselah then and cramping over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be the big what? Five,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
five this year.
5'5" this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's not even funny.
What?
What?
we're the same age, Robert.
I'm old.
5'6",
56?
56. Well, she's gonna be 54. So
Yeah, I'll be 54.
I'll
and
be
Rachel-
54 before you. So
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to say Rachel will be 54 before me.
Yes, Cynthia
Yeah.
has watched Nugget Noggin grow up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tim and I are the seniors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might
Actually, I'll
be
be
up
54
there
in 10
with you.
days.
So I just turned 54.
I'm 56.
Okay.
I'm the baby.
Yeah, we can tell.
And how old is the baby?
How old's the baby?
I'm 58. He's
I'm 52.
I
See,
would
he
have
is the baby.
never
He's younger
How
than
old are
you.
you?
Nancy.
Kathy.
Kathy, no.
I'd have never.
Yeah.
thought that.
Yeah.
No way.
I'll be 60 this year. Yep.
Oh, congrats.
No, we thought you were lower down on the 50 scale.
No, I'm 58.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought you were 39.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have to maintain. Well, my mother-in-law and I have this agreement that she remains a year older than I am ever since I hit 39. So, you know.
Oh, Kathy, Persis and I agree. You have the best dimples on YouTube.
You have.
Oh yeah, she gets comments all the time. Yep.
They're cute.
Yes.
They're cute.
Did Paul ever say how old he was?
I think Paul did say how old he was, but I think
I
we
think
were
he's still in his
52.
Oshkosh,
I
Wisconsin,
say
isn't he?
52.
32.
32. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
He is still wet behind the ears, isn't
Yeah.
Club right here.
And Paul.
Oh, I thought he said he's 52.
Mhm.
I thought he said, yeah.
I just turned 52.
he? Oh, I thought you said 32.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
He said, yeah, 32. Yeah, 32.
Yes. That's funny.
I have to admit, 32 is believable.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought 52.
Yeah.
I would not have thought 52.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, not at
That's
all.
awesome.
and they say the camera puts on, years on.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
no,
pounds. It's years too.
Yeah.
I know it's
Technologist, he says I make 58 look good.
I don't know. So
Come
yeah,
on.
that's
Yeah.
the time I heard.
Yeah,
I think it's dating Daisy.
the camera does put
Look it up.
ounces on you.
No, that's hamburgers and French fries.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't blame the camera. Don't blame the camera.
And here all along, I thought the dryer was shrinking my shirts.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
But guys, yes, it's been a pleasure
Yes.
having all of you with us this
It's been
evening.
an awesome.
And we're
pleasure.
going to do it again later on down the road
Oh, yeah.
and have Tracy with us.
Yeah,
So
like I said, she's going to be our guest next Saturday night,
Uh-huh.
and going to have a good time then.
Hey, just to let everybody know, I'm probably going to stream on the 24th, which is a Tuesday, but nobody owns a night, so that's
There
my
you go.
birthday.
That's
Okay.
right.
good
And
deal.
it did used to be my night, so
We'll
I'm
be
probably
there.
going to stream on my birthday, just
All right.
Cool.
because I want to celebrate it with all of you, because I'm an old fart.
Sounds good.
I just
And
want to say I'm doing a 750 giveaway right now. It's on right now. It ends this coming Friday, so 1 week yesterday.
Yep. Saw it.
yeah,
KCMD's at it with 1,000, I believe Dennis is.
you're right there,
Yeah,
digologist.
thanks.
I got the TV down there and
Look what Bill says. Robert gets the couch tonight and kibble for breakfast.
breakfast.
Hey, we don't have any kibble. He'll just get to lick the pouch that I give Sam his food out of.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be honored for that.
Oh, and thank you everybody in chat too. It's awesome
Yes.
seeing you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a great time this
It's
evening,
been a
guys.
great-
It was a lot of fun.
you.
Yes, it has been.
Yes, it has.
See
Yeah, we're-
everybody
we-
tomorrow evening.
Yeah,
We'll
we are.
thank everybody.
Yeah.
No,
Starting
Starting
tonight.
tomorrow evening at 6 with Metal Mike and Purses.
and right to
Team Lynch at 6:30.
Clark's Cove,
And then Hot Dog
Digs,
Digs.
and then Tracy,
Tracy.
with Texas Plug Riches.
Yep, at 8.
Well, I'm
Well,
excited
7
about-
her time. Yeah.
Excited about her joining us, and it's just awesome. It
Yep,
just is.
absolutely.
What time? Sorry, what time was? Okay, so 6:30, 7. They're being squeezed in the time. At what time?
No, because they're central.
She's
They're
central.
time, Paul. So her 7 o'clock will be 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
After you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, nailed it.
I didn't tell you were replaced, Paul. So
No.
just kidding.
No.
Not a chance.
It's all good.
Hey.
We know it is time
Yeah.
to get ready to hit the hay because she is over here clawing at my chair and my legs. Her name is Annabelle.
That's Annie Bell Lee,
Yep.
Big kitty.
our beautiful
Yep.
Annabelle
She's a
Lee.
good girl. She is a great house cat, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
she is.
Mwah.
Aw.
We love her.
Well, listen, guys, I'm going to throw you in the back room.
We won't keep you long.
Just hang on for a few minutes.
Just a couple minutes.
Just a couple of minutes, and we're going to let the chat go. I'm sure they probably got other live streams they might want to go to or other videos they want to go watch. So
Yep.
let me throw you all in the back room and just hang on just for a few minutes, guys. And
Sure.
thanks a lot.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Do it. Rachel, Metal Mike, Hot Dog Digs. All righty, guys. Oh,
I'm sitting here
Covers and
digging.
everyone else, thanks for joining
Yes.
us tonight here live from the command center. Clark's Cove Detecting Conversations was a great night.
Been a great night. It's always a good night.
Sorry we were a little late that our one computer laptop was decided to go through its updates right
Yeah.
when we're getting ready to go live. So we had to switch over to this computer, but it's all good. You know, we'll be here. If we're not, you know,
Yep.
it's an emergency, something happened, but if anything, we'd always let you know. Y'all been a great crowd tonight.
They always are.
Always
Always
are.
a good crowd.
KCMD, blah, blah, blah. I'll get it out here in a minute. Thanks for joining. Dirt
Yep.
Club Metal Detecting, Jim Steele, Mona, Mandy Brown,
Leanne
Nailed It
Crawford.
Detecting, and of course, Team Lynch, Hot Dog Digs, Metal Mike and
Digologist.
Purses. I'm speaking too fast here, and
Yeah.
Rachel over at Jersey Ray Diggs. And if you all are not familiar with all them guys, and I'm sure everyone is,
Yep.
always go over and check them
Good
out.
night, Olin Borden.
They'd appreciate it. Digologist, thanks for being in
Yeah,
here. Olin Borden,
Honesdale.
Honesdale Detector.
Ohio Metal Maven.
Ohio Metal Maven was in here.
Cynthia.
Richie from Madison, Maine. Cynthia,
rock, Mona.
always. Old Danny Boy, thanks for joining us. Bill from Papa Rouse.
Yep.
Oh, you guys are great. We're going to go backstage and hang out for a few minutes with our guests and talk to them for a little bit. And you all have a great weekend. Be safe if you're out there traveling. If you're going detecting tomorrow,
Yep.
have a good time. Good luck to everyone. I think that's about it.
I think so.
Just always remember,
If you lose it,
we find it. And we will see you guys on that first good.
Cover finds.
Have a great weekend.
Good night. We
and
love you
a
guys.
Great week coming up. And be sure to check us out tomorrow night starting at 6 o'clock. Digging Sundays. Expect to see you there. Have a good weekend, guys.
See ya. Good night.